In this video, I invite you to join me in a simple thought experiment. I want you to imagine that you were taken to the year 2020, exactly 10 years from now. I want you to imagine that the Philippine National Police has become one of the most competent and reliable police force in the whole world. Millions of tourists and foreign nationals visit our country because they can rely on the PNP for their safety. In this imaginary world, the PNP has come very far from their incompetence this year 2010 due to the August 23rd hostage-taking incident. Now, suppose there's a historian in this year claiming that without the Quirino grandstand hostage-taking incident taking place, the PNP would have still remained very incompetent. Well, what do you think will most people with a sane mind will say to this proposal? Bullshit. It's really common sense that this hypothetical claim that I'm making is absurd. Why? The proper role of police force is to protect the people from threats to their lives and prevent and suppress violation of their individual rights like life, liberty, and property. Thus, it is expected from the PNP to perform well. In other words, the tragic incident at the Quirino grandstand cannot and should not be taken as a cause by which the PNP in this hypothetical world, in this hypothetical year of 2020, became very competent. Now, I want to say that this claim by this historian, hypothetical historian that is a form of the broken window fallacy. According to Henry Hazlitt in his book Economics in One Lesson, the art of economics consists in looking not merely at the immediate, but at the longer effects of any act or policy. It consists in tracing the consequences of that policy, not merely for one group, but for all groups. Let me repeat. The art of economics consists in looking not merely at the immediate, but at the longer effects of any act or policy. It consists in tracing the consequences of that policy, not merely for one group, but for all groups. Uttering a broken window fallacy is failure to apply such rigorous economic analysis. Now, the point that I want to make is the hypothetical claim of this hypothetical historian from the imaginary world of the Philippines in 2020 is easy to refute. It's easy to see that it's a fallacy even though you do not have a background in economics. Unfortunately, society is haunted by many broken windows. The arguments for it are very subtle, and if you do not have a background, if you are not armed with economic knowledge, you will surely be deceived. For example, here are common broken windows. We have economic protectionism. Such people believe that by restricting access of foreigners to the economy, it will protect the local industry. For the life of them, they cannot imagine that by doing so, they are preventing everyone from benefiting. It limits economic growth, hence this is another form of broken window fallacy. Another thing, we have progressive taxation. Advocates of this scheme believe that taxing the rich, the top earners, will lead to greater benefit for all because the difference will be redistributed to social services. They do not understand that this becomes a disincentive for the capitalists to produce more and create more jobs. And we also have land redistribution. This is the greatest violation against property rights, and is a very common broken window, especially in this country. Now, the solution for the solution to prevent such broken windows is by the spreading of economic literacy. Economic literacy is the knowledge of economic thinking of economic laws such as supply and demand, uh, the law of diminishing marginal utility, and so forth. If a person is economically literate, it will be easy for him to determine that price fixing is not it's a very bad policy. So, and I think to me it's important to spread economic literacy so that we can prevent more windows from being broken, so to speak. For a start, for those who are watching or listening to this, I recommend that you read the book Economics in One Lesson by Ian Hassett. First chapter talks about the art of economics. The quote earlier was taken from the first chapter, and then the second one chapter it discusses the broken window fallacy, and the succeeding chapters are about common forms of economic fallacies, and I recommend this book for that. Second book is Economics for Real People by Gene Callahan. This book is a good introduction to the Austrian School of Economics, and it uses modern examples, just like Economics in One Lesson. This book is specifically written for the layman or for people who have no prior background in economics but want to learn more about it. Well, I hope this video has been useful and informative. This is Elvic Bernice. Till next time.